headlines and the articles published in several newspapers and magazines from Egypt and the world. And I'm honored to be having with me here in the studio Ambassador Ibrahim Shwimy, the political analyst who will be analyzing the articles that we will be reading from several newspapers and magazines. Ambassador Ibrahim, thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much again, Mr. Ibrahim. We will be starting straight away from Al-Ahram Online. And President Sisi praises the January 25th martyrs on the eve of the revolution anniversary. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi praised the martyrs who were killed during the 2011 uprising, speaking on Saturday, the eve of the 4th anniversary of the January 25th revolution. In a speech that we televised late on Saturday, al-Sisi stressed that the blood spilled, whether that of the injured or the deceased, is a motive to move forward and exert the efforts for the sake of the country. More than 800 people were killed during the 18-day uprising in 2011. Al-Sisi also took the opportunity to reflect on the death of late King Abdullah of Saudi Arabia, who died early on Friday. 7 days of mourning were declared in Egypt to mark the monarch's passing. Ambassador Ibrahim, how would you assess the current situation in Egypt now after 4 years from the 2011 revolution?
I think now we can see that some things have happened in Egypt and things have changed in the way of life in Egypt. There is liberty, more liberty than before, liberty of expression, liberty in moving here and there, more adhering to the law than before, more social movements and social reform. We can see, especially in the Ministry of Supply, I admire really what's happening in that ministry, especially because we have to admire Dr. Khalid Hanafi, the Minister of Supply. Why?
Yes.
Because he did something very important to the
So there is a big change in the Ministry of Supply, sector of supply after the revolution.
Yes, this is very important because if the slogans of the revolution was liberty and social reform
and bread.
So bread is there. So, but now even the Ministry of Supply is not organizing the matter of bread only, but other articles that we will use, oil, sugar, rice, and other things. It is available with very little money a day for that. So, and if you look to the newspaper, if you look to the cinema or the arts or in every aspect of life, I think there is kind of change
to the better.
I want a better. So social life is better, liberty is better, but still, of course, there are some mistakes, very big mistakes. What is going on, for example, today, this extremist group or terrorist group is very bad, comparing with that security we had before the 25th of January 2011. The security is very important, really. If we talk about bread and social reform this is understood. But number one, in any country...
Do you think that the country is successful in fighting terrorism after the June 30th revolution and the ouster of Mohammed Morsi and the Brotherhood Organization?
Yes, I can say yes very clearly. Because, look, how many people are in the streets against the government? How many people are against the president? Some very little groups, and they are directed.
Hundreds in Egypt.
They are directed by some people who wants Egypt not to come forward. We have to notice this point. Those people are not going to the streets from themselves.
Yes, the people who are protesting on the streets of Cairo right now, about hundreds of them, maybe thousands today, to be saying the best of them. What do you think the main reasons behind them protesting in Egypt right now?
That is what I want to say. The people who went to the streets now, they do not want to be to the streets to say this is a very beautiful revolution, or to praise it. No. Generally, maybe 10% or 5% of this are really praising the revolution. But the others, the majority, are directed by the terrorist groups to topple the government, to topple the regime, what's wrong in Egypt. The stability, to topple the stability, to make obstacles in front of the government, because we are building, we are not, we need a lot of work, as we will see these
Yes. In the first place, do you think that the 25th of January revolution has fulfilled its goals or not?
No, to fulfill the goals, for the social welfare and so, we need time. Because health care, education, and social welfare, all these kind of things needs time. Liberty even needs more time. People must not be, must not accelerate the events. We must not go on, say that we want everything now. The science have moved, for example, minimum science have moved.
Yes.
To the better.
Yes.
To the better. But maybe it's not enough. But everything is moving. But at the same time, everything needs time, because every kind of this kind of reforms needs money, and money by billions, not by millions, by billions. Health needs some billions. Education needs some billions. The people.
Yes.
The limited.
Yes, Ibrahim, if we focus on the main sectors that needed to be improved in the coming years after the January 25th revolution, and of course the June 30th revolution, what are the main sectors in Egypt right now that need to be improved?
Number one, I need for the very poor people, not only the limited income people. I want also to focus on
a specific segment.
This is the people who doesn't have any income. Having a small car in the street selling very small articles or vegetables or some fruits, he doesn't know if he will go back to his house.
Yes.
Having money to feed his sibling, and he doesn't know. So this needs interference from the government in a way. I don't say that because everything from these problems needs that we sit and discuss and see the specialists sit and discuss how we can help this man to find shelter. The matter of housing is very...
So how can we achieve that?
This is, number one, it means time. Number two, it needs money. How can we get money? We can get money by work. More work and more sacrifices, and also a special role for the businessman. This is, to my mind, is very important. I heard from some reports, I read some reports, that there is some Egyptian people here, something like, not many, but some, good number. They have some billions of Egyptian pounds. Okay, this is very nice. We really welcome this. But I want those people to invest this money for the benefit of the people. So, because whenever there is ignorance and there is hunger and sickness,
yes,
you don't have the hope. So,
which were the main reasons behind the eruption of the January 25th revolution.
This is true.
Yes.
This is true. Even it did not began like that. It was against the liberties only. At the very beginning of the 25th of January, for the liberties only. But it is fact, in fact, I say that the time before 25th of January 2011, things had to be changed. And it was very wrong. What was going on was very wrong. Why? Because the government was apart. Women were not cared by the government. The government did not care about the normal man, the small man, the ordinary man, the man who has very weak income, or who doesn't have any income.
You think the government needs a new plan to be reconnecting with the Egyptian people?
Yes, this is very important. And that's why I say Minister of Supply is a symbol. It's a big success. So other ministers has to follow on and to follow this kind of way of thinking, that to come to the people. And I don't know the governors of the governorates or the head of any city or general director of any authority or so. He has to meet people and to talk with them. What do you need? What can you do? What do you need? And
It has to be interacting with the
very much
on daily basis.
interactive daily basis, every day. And he has to make schedule.
To listen to the demands of
For
the
problems. He has 12 problems or 20 problems or 30 problems. He has to make schedule for these problems to finish it one by one. And declare in a very clear way that we finished the matter of salaries. We finished matter of
Do you think that President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and the government of Ibrahim Mahlad intends to do that?
Yes, they are doing it, not only intends, they are doing it.
Are they succeeding in doing that?
The beginning. He cannot make anything except
It's
the
just a
beginning.
matter of time.
Matter of time. But the beginning is very praised. In fact, I praise this kind of effort of President Sisi and the Prime Minister Mohammed. He is doing a very wonderful job. And he is trying to follow everything by himself. I want other responsibles,
Yes.
ministers and governors and every head of any department in any way to work as President Sisi work and as Prime Minister Mohammed work. We have to follow this way of new
Energy and the same perspective.
conception of dealing with the people.
Yes.
They must, everyone in his position, everyone in his department, work like this, and he has to ask people and to work and to discuss the problems and to have to ask them and even to be more quick than them. Before the problem arises, he has to study. I don't want, for example, the gas was the problem since 1 week or so. I don't want that the problem arises and then we solve it. No. There must be those people who are responsible in this sector. We have to study and look to make this kind of problem happen.
Do you think that the Brotherhood organization has something to do with destabilizing the country with several problems,
Of course,
as the one that you have just mentioned?
Yes, you are right. For the matter of electricity, matter of gas, he had
How will you be dealing with that?
You know, by the head of any, I served in the government for more than 50 years, you know. So then, I can say that the head of any department, he can do so many things. And he can solve every problem. And he can direct the work and the workers. If he
Has to pay attention.
he has to pay attention and he has will inside. He is working for that, not working for his salary, not working for his position. No. He works for the people, and he intends to do something for the people, and he wants success for his department, not for himself. And this can be done. The Sisi said, I cannot work alone. I want you to work. And he gave us an example. Look at him. I think he doesn't have 1 hour even without meeting some people or responsible or going here or visiting some country by plane, by
in Switzerland on Thursday, in Saudi Arabia,
came to Cairo and then to Saudi Arabia, and he will have
full of energy. He's a role model for the youth.
He is working for the others, for the people. I want the responsible, every responsible in his department work as in this kind of new conception of serving people.
Yes.
Because in English we say this is civil servant. Servant. This is, we use it in English. So if he's a civil servant, he has to serve the people.
Yes.
He will serve it for whom? For the people. So he has to work, every responsible work in this system. If this goes on, if this kind of thinking, of conception, of ideas goes on, I think everything will be working together and in a very, very not long time. Look for example, I followed, I had the chance that I worked in the Far East.
Yes.
And I saw how they worked in South Korea and in Singapore, for example, and in Indonesia.
Do we have a different system than we have?
The system is that they are serving the responsibles, they are serving people. That is the main difference. Of course, there are some other differences, but the main point is that I work for serving people, and I enjoy doing this. I enjoy doing it. Coming to the office in time, leaving on time, work full time, not only some minutes or some hour of the day. No. These conceptions, I think this is, as we say, the
so we have a lot of
we can take them because of that.
Yes. The Asian tigers. So we have a lot to be improving on in the some years.
We can do it. And look at the Egyptians. If they have good director, they can work. Model of the work is, for example, the Suez Canal Authority. Is a model of success. Why? Because there is very organized system.
And the time schedule as well.
System.
Yes, within the year it should be completed.
Yes. Not only the new project, but always the Suez Canal.
The access itself. Not the new Suez Canal.
No. Why? Because they have good system. Good system. How it works and
it starts with good planning. So good planning in every sector.
Yes.
On the Egyptian governorate.
Yes. And following what they are doing and assisting what they are doing and discussing what they are doing, so then the result usually